Dexter Resurrection features plenty of familiar faces, but also a few new ones, who are still pretty familiar from their many appearances in other movies and shows. Here to tell us how they're dealing with Dexter, please welcome David Dastmalchian and Krysten Ritter. Hi, guys.
Hi, Amelia.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, good. How's your Comic-Con going?
We just are getting started. It's very busy and chaotic already, but exciting. There's a lot of fans around and great people in cosplay. So fun.
So many good cosplays this year. It's impressive.
Yeah, it's always fun to stand up here and just, peek.
Yeah.
So, Krysten,
Yeah.
your character is both a sommelier and a serial killer. What do you think is most important the audience knows outside of those two key traits about your character
My
specifically?
character is going to come and shake things up a little bit. She shows an interest in Dexter right away, and she likes to play with her toys.
Ooh, okay. And David, you're playing the Gemini Killer. Is there something in his history that led to the killing in pairs situation?
So, Gareth, the Gemini Killer, is FBI's most wanted serial killer. Sorry. And there is something in his past that has influenced his style and his mode of murder, but I don't want to tell you yet because you
Major spoiler.
Yeah.
Major spoiler. You
Yeah.
and Dexter are going to have to figure that one out, but I will say it is so horrifying and grotesque the way that he kills his victims and then poses them together. It's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you had a blast.
I had a
I mean,
great time.
these roles are candy, and it's so rare that roles like this come along. And I think that's, they got an amazing guest cast, an amazing supporting cast for this show because these are choice roles, and the
So
writing is
good.
so good. And I think what Dexter kind of always does is he really, they really get into the nature and the nurture of all of the characters. They get into the why and the trauma that informs how these characters turn out. So we do explore that with all of the killers.
Yeah.
And there's this great joy. I mean, I love getting to play a character like this. Like
Oh
you
my
said,
God,
it's
it's
candy.
candy,
We
it's candy.
chomp it up.
I want to do it all day, every day.
But also, I mean, I met Krysten on a strawberry picking trip with our kids
By the way,
years ago.
the least likely place for us to be
Out in the
getting
sun,
Incredible.
in the middle of the field. We were actually sharing sunblock, holding
Yeah.
an umbrella, like two goth vampires
Having never met
out in the middle.
before.
Never met, and I was always a fan. And we have mutual friends, and I just was like, hey, I know so-and-so, da-da-da-da. We hit it off, became buddies, and now here we are all these years later getting to finally go kill together. It's really fun.
Kill together. That's
Yeah.
so cute. This is also the first time that I haven't been the most goth person on set, so I'd like
Oh,
to
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you both
We
for your
take the
service.
crown.
Yeah, you both came in. I was like, I'm not the one in the most black. We did it.
I dressed for David today. I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like this is a fishnet situation.
You're
I'm going to
both
be with David all
crushing it.
day.
Look at you both. And the boots. You've got matching boots.
Yeah.
We do have
Boots.
matching boots.
So, Krysten, you've spent a lot of time in New York this year.
I have.
Did you have any Jessica Jones flashbacks while doing that, or was it just, I'm here and I'm focused?
I'm always focused on what I'm doing, and I keep my head down. And the two roles are so wildly different.
Yeah.
It was fun to throw everybody off the track because people thought I was in New York, maybe hopefully to do Daredevil or Jessica Jones, and I'm like, I'm here doing Dexter.
Yeah.
And so that made the surprise of reprising Jessica Jones even more exciting. But for me, creatively, having both of these roles, I love New York, but playing this glamorous femme fatale serial killer, and then also JJ, it's just like I'm so lucky, and it's been
Yeah.
so fun.
You get to have the best of both worlds.
Yes,
I'm-
exactly.
I'm
The best of both
glad
worlds.
You mentioned the differences because for both of your characters to kind of give an audience idea of who they're about to get into, who of your past characters do you think would most get along with your serial killer?
That's a really good question. So, Gareth, who I'm playing, is not exactly the warmest character. He certainly believes he is the most intelligent person in the room at any given time. So I feel like he and is it okay if I use an animated character that I
Yeah, of
play?
course.
I feel like he and Calendar Man would probably just, I don't know if they'd get along, but they do really well together. Lots of intellectual back and forthism going on. Yeah.
And a lot of rules.
Lot of
Lot of
yeah.
rules.
I'm glad I had an extra minute to think about this. So I think out of my past roles, who would be friends with Lady Vengeance would probably be Natasha from Night Books. Our mutual friend directed, David
Yes.
Yarovesky. One of my favorite roles. It's a horror movie for kids, and I play this witch who is very evil,
It's
but
so good.
fashionable and
She's
glamorous.
so good. I was just talking about it
It's
today.
one of my favorite roles
You're
ever.
so good. You crush it. My kids, I don't know if you know this, my kids were one of the first test audiences that Dave had for the film. We got to watch the movie together, and it's still,
It's
to
pretty
this day, we
scary
talk
for
about
kids.
it all the time. It's a very scary movie. It's called a kids' horror movie, but it's really just a scary movie for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. And it's like, nods to the Lost Boys and like really cool. It's just a really cool
Even Hansel and
stylized.
Gretel,
Yeah,
like,
Hansel
it's-
and Gretel.
But it's high fashion-y.
Yeah.
God, you're so
Visually
good in it.
amazing, and he
Yeah.
did a great job. So I think Natasha from Night Books might be friends with Lady Vengeance.
I'd love to see that.
And we
I
don't
know.
give introductory horror enough love. Like, it's so important for the kids to, like,
Yep.
get them indoctrinated.
Gateway,
It is
baby.
important for the kids.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, we got to get them ready to be scared. So you both are joining a pantheon of fictional serial killers, but in that scope, who do you think your serial killer most looks up to, whether it be a real or fictional serial killer?
I think it's tricky for Mia because there are no female serial killers that get that kind of attention that the boys do in the show. She has a real issue with the press and how they frame her work. So I think that she really sees herself as a loner and a trailblazer in her field.
Gemini, being such an artist, I believe, looks at the presentational style of someone like Jack the Ripper, who would lay out his victims with their different organs and bits spread apart in a kind of tableau, and I feel like that's probably something that Gemini thought was pretty inspiring.
All right, I like it. So, David, your character has a history with the FBI. What happened there?
He has been on their most wanted list for a minute now. That is something that probably for most criminals or serial killers would be a cause for alarm. For Gareth, that is a badge of great honor, and he drops that knowledge in almost every conversation he has. He wants to make sure you know that he is the #1 most wanted killer on the FBI list.
That's funny. How do you know you're number one on the list? He'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lady Vengeance is still kind of early in her serial killer days, as far as we know.
As far as we
with
know.
with 3 primary kills. But her name sort of implies that she could have a similar MO to Dexter. Would you say that that's true?
And I think that's why Dexter is interested in her, because they kind of hit it off right away. He believes that she has a code like he does, and we will find out if that's true or not.
Okay, all right. So we have spent a lot of time talking about genre today because both of you have such a rich history in that space. So I'm curious, what about Dexter challenged you in ways that your other roles haven't?
I go first. I
ahead.
had an opportunity. Again, this is a spoiler, so I can't give too much away to the fans, but there was an opportunity with this role to try to do things physically. And you'll understand more as the series progresses as to what that big secret is. But there was an opportunity to embrace challenges physically for me that were much more involved, say, than just the interior psychological journey that I was taking with Gareth. I was hyper aware of things that I was doing with my hands, with the way that I walked, with the way that I even used my eyes. That was really fun for me. I love technical acting. I love using, the outside in and how our bodies interact with space and other scene partners. But this one, once you get the full story, I think you'll realize and be like, oh, interesting. That's why he was doing that. Hopefully. We'll see.
My character is original, and I worked with Scott Reynolds before on Jessica Jones, and he knew all of the things that I was looking to do and wanting to do, and this role was an opportunity to be very glamorous and really go for it. We wanted to make it big and over the top and have a lot of fun with costumes. I kind of made a mood board as soon as I read it of like the colors and shapes that popped out, and started collaborating with the amazing costume designer Kat Thomas, who I actually worked together with on 27 dresses when I was Gina the Goth, which a lot has changed. And it was just an opportunity to be really fabulous and really glamorous and really go for it. And for me, it was just so like fun, so
Yeah.
fun. And I had a great experience on this show.
Good. You guys, that's all the time that we have today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, IGN.
Thank you, IGN.
New episodes of Dexter Resurrection are airing weekly on Paramount Plus with Showtime, and plenty more Comic-Con coverage is airing every few minutes right here on IGN. Stick around.